All right, guys, when you guys close your eyes and imagine one of the more iconic muscle cars ever created. All right, your eyes are closed and you're thinking America, freedom, bald eagles, burnouts, and you bundle all that up and you put it in a car, and out the other side comes what kind of car? I'll show you. 68 Chevelle SS 396 4-speed manual, 12-bolt rear end, and it's seen better days. A couple months ago when my friend sent me pictures of this car, I said, dude, I need it, man. And long story short, he ended up getting it, and with it on the trailer, after he picked it up, I had to make a deal with him and bring it home. So here it is. It is a complete drivetrain, and she's not as cooked as she looks from the outside, other than there's zero interior. Okay, probably as cooked as she looks everywhere, but still, it is a true SS 396 4-speed 68 Chevelle. Let's take a closer look. So this is what the interior is looking like. We have some work to do on this one, and we got to finish the C10 first. So all we're gonna do today is clean it out and put it up. Here's the passenger side. You know, there's definitely its fair share of rust, but it's a very straight car. No real dents in any of the panels. The hood has a little dent. But no horrible body damage other than some rust. This thing was sitting in a field for 25-30 years, and it was sitting in the field, unfortunately, with no rear window. So we've got some rust repair to do right here. Need some pans, not full pans, but some pan patches. But I'll go through and I'm going to show you what I was able to find, what we'll need to fix on it.
Found her hiding under a carport, half buried in the years. Flat tires, bird poop paint job, raccoons know the gears. Neighbor said, son, you crazy. My wife just shook her head. I said, baby, it's an investment. She said, you said that about the red. She crossed her arms, I crossed my fingers, said, this one's cheap, I swear. She said, you got a sickness. I said, yeah, but at least it's rare. If the cars don't kill me, my wife just might. Another V8 dream keeping me up at night. I swear I'm done, yeah, I say it every time, but chrome and horsepower would rock my mind. If the cars don't kill me, Lord above, it'll be one more project I didn't run by. I said, into history. She said, that's funny, 'cause history can't pay the electricity. I tried to sell one last summer, made it halfway down the drive, turned right back around and parked it. Said, good news, babe, it still runs, barely alive. If the cars don't kill me, my wife just might. Another Craigslist deal in the dead of night. I love that woman more than steel and rust, but man, these old Pontiacs got my trust. If the cars don't kill me, write it on my stone. He died broke, but he never drove boring home.
All right, we were able to get quite a bit of cleanup done on this Chevelle before we tuck her away to our new home. Guys, we're gonna set it aside for a while. I do want to midsummer probably start really putting things together to get this thing going. I think that I'm gonna be pulling the body off the frame, taking everything apart, doing a full frame off, not restoration, but we're going to get the frame sandblasted and maybe even powder coated, or we might run some tractor paint on it. I don't know, but we do want a nice clean frame. On a turbo Monte Carlo I had, there's some really well-priced tubular front control arms, and it comes with coilovers too on Amazon for just a few $100. So I think that what we need to do is take the body off the frame when we do get into this. Take the body off the frame, spend a month or two building the frame, building the chassis. That means rear end, brakes, suspension, paint, get the chassis nice, and then a couple months working on the body. I think the direction I'm gonna go with the body is we're gonna do all the body work here in the shop. As much as I'd love to try to paint something, I think that we'll do the body work, and then I think I'm just gonna have Mako blast some paint on this thing. At that point, we'll put the body back on the chassis and then start on the interior. Nothing super fancy with the interior. I gotta find a factory back seat to go get reupholstered. This one didn't come with one. And then the front seats, we'll just try to find a pair of muscle car bucket seats, maybe Jegs or Summit, or I don't know. TMI might be a little bit too pricey for this old girl, but maybe TMI will be an option. As far as the drivetrain goes, check it out, guys. Ideally, I'd like to keep this 396 in it. Carbureted 396 with a little bit of a cam and some long tube stainless headers, and we'll build our own dual exhaust going out the back, and probably mate it with a TR6060 or T56 or like a TKO or something that's got a good highway gear in it. Obviously, this thing's not going to be a race car, guys. We're just going to make it a driver. It is going to be just a regular driver that sounds good and has a big block. So tire shredder, cruise around town. Now, if we open up this engine and it's not rebuildable, then I'll probably throw an LS engine in it. But I think that having a big block in this car would just be fun. I think it'd be proper too. So we do have a fair share of rust. I'm going to show you guys what we're looking at rust wise real quick. For starters, front fenders on both sides. On the driver's side, it's right here and back here. On the passenger side, it's just back there. We can get a pair of replacement fenders for pretty cheap. So I'm going to think about if we want to just do some patchwork, or if we want to just order a replacement set of fenders. The hood, no rust or anything major on the hood. other than a dent, but we're just gonna rock the hood like it is. In here, there's some rust on the battery tray area, not super concerning, and it's not too bad on this side. So I think that all this needs up here is just a good sandblast and paint job. And guys, not sure if you can see it. There's a whole bunch of dents right there for some reason. Was someone making some room for distributor or something? Is that a common thing? I don't know what could have caused that. I wasn't around 100 years ago when this car was made. So I don't know what people were doing back then, but leave something in the comments if you guys know what's up with that. All right, the bread and butter. I'm gonna change the camera angle real quick. Let's look at this floor real quick. All right, I am very pleased with the condition the floor is in. No rusts on the rockers. Oh, you know what? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Yeah, no rust on the rockers. I was just making sure there wasn't a couple holes underneath there. The rockers are solid. The only rust is right up there, and then the rear pans. The rear patch pan, super easy. Won't be an issue at all. The fronts won't be bad either. I'm really stoked on it. It looks like it's pretty symmetrical, the locations where it's at, but it does not need a full pan, just some patchwork. And you know, we're gonna do it right ish, and what I mean by that is we're gonna make sure it's sealed and strong, but I'm not gonna butt joint the patch panels in, and I don't care if it looks like factory when we're done. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut all of the scaly, rusted sheet metal out. We're gonna put our patch in. We're going to cut around where the bad areas are, and most likely do a, not a dimple, but either do a lap weld or do some spot welds around, maybe even some stitch welds. Then we're gonna seam seal it. Call it what you will, fellas. This is a driver. It's not a show car. We just want it to be functional, keep the exhaust fumes out, stay toasty in there. And the best part about it is whenever we rhino line the bottom or coat the bottom, and when we put the sound deadener in on top, it'll look better than new. All right, the trunk is sorted. A little bit of rust over here, a little bit of rust over there. I'm not gonna touch the trunk. We're not doing a single thing to it. I spoke too soon. Maybe we'll mess with that side a little bit. But outside of that, guys, we do have some work to do up here on the package tray and rear window jammy right here. This shouldn't be too tough. This package tray is really cheap. It doesn't look too difficult to fix. I think what I'm gonna do with this stuff is I'm not gonna let it hold me up too much. Anything that's really bad we'll work on. Everything else, we're gonna put some rust inhibitor, stop the rust. We'll probably sand it down and then throw the glass in there. But before we do any final assembly, we are gonna have Mako blast this thing. I'm gonna see if they'll blast the interior, and obviously with no interior in it, but blast the inside and the outside. I don't really know what we're gonna do about the paint fully, but other than that, guys, we got a solid little starting point. All right, good thing too, some of the trim pieces I was looking for ended up being in the car under all the leaves. So this will definitely get cleaned up, reused. And then we have the bezel for it, We've got some badging. We got enough stuff to mess with. Oh, did notice some rust right in here. So we are gonna fix that. I kind of want to pull the glass out right now, but we're not. All right, guys, that's about it. I just wanted to show you this car. We're gonna put it away for a while. I wasn't even wanting to do a video on it. I was wanting to just focus on the old white truck, but I wanted to clean it out before I put it away because I don't want to make a nest or a home for other animals. So figured I'd just clean it out real quick, introduce the car to you guys, and do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Put down in the comments if this thing needs to keep the 396 or if we should just LS swap it off the bat. I already have a Gen 4 aluminum block 5.3 and 243 heads, and I've got tons of parts already for an LS. But something just is just screaming this thing needs a big block. So let me know in the comments. Again, it's going to come down to money. If rebuilding this big block, if it needs it, is going to cost more than me just assembling this 5.3 and putting it in there and getting a standalone with an ECU, then we might go the LS route. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What would you guys do if it was yours? And if you guys have any pointers, feel free to let me know. Obviously, I don't do this for a living. I just do it for a hobby. So there's probably tons of stuff that I don't know that you guys can chime in and fill me in, and it's greatly appreciated. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna quit yapping, and I'm gonna start picking things up because I gotta go kick it with the fam. So thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe, please, and take care. We'll see you there.